You're on.
All right. Well, I'll move where I'm on camera now.
Sure.
Okay. I'll just move a little bit then. So if you've seen any of the things, any of the videos that Nick's talking about, then you know that I work from intention rather than physicality. And
Hang on. We need to turn around and let you face this way so that.
Paying attention to the camera.
Yes, hair director.
there's the camera. I was trying to figure. I thought I've seen the angle from that one. You know.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
That's what editing is for.
Okay, we're at physicality.
So anyway, rather than coming from physicality, which the bulk of my first 2 decades of practice was technique proficiency, I started looking at how intention creates Aikido, or Aiki. And I came to the conclusion that one of the biggest deterrents to my own Aiki manifesting were unconscious intentions that were coming through my body based on an unconscious recognition of an unconscious stimulus. Okay, so in other words, there was a perception of threat that I wasn't aware of that was creating a bodily reaction that was keeping me from finding Aiki. So I started investigating that, and if you've heard me talk about spear, shield, and withdrawal, the idea behind that is that our defense responses, conscious or unconscious, tend to manifest in one of those 3 ways or on a matrix of those 3. So in other words, it can be part shield and part spear, but basically it falls into 3 categories: spear, shield, and withdrawal.
You know, subliminal messages?
Well, these are more than subliminal. These are happening on a very embodied place, but unconsciously. So the reason I use that terminology is because these are tools and intentions on a battlefield that we recognize. So spear would be fighting back. Shield would be holding things away from your target, away from you as a target. And withdrawal would be getting the heck out of Dodge. Okay? So when we started practicing this, I found that, I was often unconscious of these things manifesting in my body on either side of the Aikido equation. So if you'd like to experience some of that, we'll start from there. So we kind of get an idea of how to recognize these things in ourselves and in our partners. I want to recognize them in myself so that I can transcend them to a state that will produce Aiki. When I'm Nage, I also want to know when I'm doing it as an uke so that I can maintain the right kind of attack for my partner so that it becomes a learning experience from both sides of the equation. Okay, so would you like to try it with me? Okay. So with a partner, we're going to come up and, well, first let's just shake hands, because we want to get an idea of how this feels to really be open to each other. So I'm going to ask you to be open with me again, but this time when you go to shake my hand, I'm going to take this hand here, and I'm going to, from intention now, I'm going to think one of 3 things. Either go away, which you can feel now, that energy following that intention channels into a spear and goes right into your central core, and you can feel that moving into your center. Okay? Or I can think, don't come any closer, which you can feel that there's a barrier up, but it's not affecting your central core. Or I can think, it's not a problem. And that's a withdrawal. And you can see how you just immediately got sucked into that pull back. Okay? So I want you to try it, and I want you to try it from intention. So when your partner comes in here and they're giving you an active listening here with their arm extended, I want you to come from intention and think, get away from me. Okay? You don't have to say anything, but let your body fulfill that thought. Or think, don't come any closer. Right? And I want your partner to identify that. So what did that feel like?
That's shield.
Okay, and?
You're withdrawing.
Okay, and?
Your spear.
Yes. Okay, so give it a try. Thanks. So how are you?
Howdy.
Nice to see you. Okay.
See, that's one thing I'd never let you do.
We'll shake hands?
I'd never let you kick and get on me.
Oh, okay. Well, in this exercise, so just let me...
See, this is one thing.
Yeah.
The minute the other hand comes in,
Yeah.
it's
Ah, okay.
I'm not going to
So no
let you get that
presidential
hand.
handshakes for you.
Oh, no. In fact, L.B. Johnson, or
Yeah.
LBJ,
Yeah.
one of his favorite things, he's a big guy. He's about 6'4", and he's 250, whatever. He'd get here and hold you there. And then he'd give his lesson to you, he'd talk to you and do whatever, and then he'd finally let you go. But he made it real clear that, fuck, you or his.
Oh,
Right?
interesting.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
is, I think, kind of somewhat in line with what you're talking about,
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you tell me what I'm thinking, or what my intention is.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that intention?
Oh, you're coming at me.
Spear.
Attacking.
Spear.
Okay.
Okay.
Attack.
So we'll try to use the same language, so we'll keep the lesson intact.
Okay.
Okay, then this,
Similar.
that's shield. See, it's not affecting your central core like that.
Oh, I
is.
see what you're talking about. Okay,
See, a
movement.
spear comes into you.
Okay.
A shield just stays right out here.
Okay.
Right? And a withdrawal is,
Just neutral.
Back
or
away.
just disappears.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
can you do that for me now?
Okay.
Spear,
Right.
shield,
Right.
and withdrawal. But in the withdrawal, I don't do this as a withdrawal, because
Right.
that affects your central core. This is withdrawing from
Okay.
Yeah.
It has to be more subtle, is what you're saying.
Well, no, it has to be a release of all intention.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, instead of, it's not a
Okay.
pull, it's a
Understand.
release.
Okay. It's just neutral.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, great. So now let's go ahead and with your partners. Each of you have done it. Now do it from the being grabbed place. So in other words, my partner's going to grab me, and this time, what's
Spear.
that? Spear
Shield. Neutral.
or withdrawal?
Withdrawal.
Yeah. Okay. Try it from being grabbed this time. Whoever's being grabbed changes it. Okay?
Okay.
So here, I'll grab you. You change them up now.
That's a shield.
Spear. Well, that's like a spear going that way. Right? A withdrawal is just like letting it go.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, but even that would be a little bit of a shield left.
Okay.
You just let it all go. Yeah, that's a withdrawal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
I see
withdrawal.
that. Okay, that's to me, that's taking
Yeah.
balance. Okay.
Well, it's kind of like if I said point at the corner up there,
Oh,
you do
yeah.
that. But if I said don't point anymore, you wouldn't
Okay.
pull your arm back. You just let the energy go.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, my turn. So,
Yeah. Spear.
right?
Neutral. Withdrawal.
No.
Oh, you're talking about this being the shield?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can't get in there.
Huh.
But this,
There's withdrawal.
yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So shield's meant to keep a connection out.
Okay.
So that, even though it's not affecting you,
Yeah.
it's keeping you away, even
Okay.
if you don't feel it at first.
Okay.
And then, but this is not keeping anything out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
See, I look at that as this is the kind of game we play where we take your balance by relaxing the arm.
Right.
So this is aggressive, even though it may not feel like that.
Maybe. However, if I've got this going and you withdraw,
Right. Yeah.
then it doesn't suck me in because I'm coming from a different
Well, I'm not
perspective.
so much trying to suck you. Let me think about this. I'm trying to keep up here. So obviously that's a spear,
Right.
and then this is withdrawal.
Right. So when you withdraw, when there's a spear coming in, there's a good chance you're going to get speared.
Yeah.
Right. If they've got a shield up and you withdraw,
Right.
so they've got a shield up and then withdraw your energy, then I might get sucked
I'm
in.
rocking you now, taking your balance.
Yeah, but I'm not really attacking either.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, okay.
I'm attacking.
I understand.
Yeah.
See, my perception is anytime I feel any energy coming towards me,
Yeah.
that's an attack.
Okay.
I don't care if it's this, I don't care if it's that right there.
Okay.
That's an attack.
All right.
So just definition of terms and subtleties.
Yeah. Let me check around with everybody, see how they're
Go
doing.
ahead.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm doing a shield. You're doing a spear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody having any trouble with this? Okay, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right? Yeah. Okay, but you'll find you get some subtleties in there, right? You start finding people are kind of doing a little bit of shield and a little bit of withdrawal at the same time, or spear and withdrawal at the same time, right? But what we want to do is these are all defense responses, okay? And these happen when you triggered in some way. These things will come out. The reason we do them from the grabbed and being grabbed is because they can show up on both sides of the uke-nage equation. Okay, so the next thing I want to experiment is, okay, what's the Aiki difference? What happens when we change those responses, when we do something different? And now all these fields have a particular shape to them, in a sense. The attack, the spear, has this funneling of energy into the central core. Okay, it's like a pencil point going in, right? The shield has kind of a barrier. Go ahead and attack.
Yeah.
See, no matter how you attack, this kind of barrier is here to keep that back. I can sense it, but I'm only sensing where your spear is coming in, not your central core. Right? So the relationship, it's only gone to here. The withdrawal is, there's nothing here. Right? Okay, so I like to play a game to illustrate this one called the Halloween game. Halloween, people, you might have a Halloween party. People come to your house wearing scary masks, right? So we're going to have the partner who's going to play the scary monster with the mask, going to want to come into the party. Okay, this is how we're going to create spear energy. Okay, this is the nature of attack, is spear energy. It's an imposed connection on the central core. So if I come in here and I want to come into the party, yeah, and she's got a shield up, right? So can you be the scary monster?
Yeah.
So the way these things manifest in this situation is I could be, whoa, who is that? Let's get out of here, everybody. And out the back door we go, and he comes in, you can see he just comes right on in and eats all the food and wrecks the place, right? Okay, I could stand behind the door. Who is that? I wonder who that is. Now this is kind of like a shield, except that I'm kind of not involved here. This is here, but I'm back inside the castle, inside the house, kind of looking through the peephole and going, what do I do now? What can I do? I pull the rug out from under the guy? Do I pour hot oil on him from outside? I don't know. But I can open the door and I can say, don't come in here. Don't think you're coming in here. Now, it's not affecting your central core, but now I'm directly relating to you. So each one of these bits, from withdrawal, the energy's moving this way, a door or a wall, it's stopped here, but it's still kind of withdrawn. Here, I'm right out here with you, shield to point. Then I can say, hey, you got to leave. That's spear against spear. But what we're going to do is we're going to find out what it's like if there's a beneficent intention rather than a defense intention. So I want you to take off your mask. Leon, how are you doing, man? I didn't recognize you. Okay, so you can feel the difference between when you have these responses. Because the way I learned Aikido, a lot of times I withdrew, right? But now, if I do that, and you withdraw to do in a technique, boom, that's where it's coming in, right? And that's what I found out the hard way, by the way. Okay, so how this beneficent intention thing is, it shapes the field a little differently. A little different shape to the field that's produced by this intention. Intentions create field. Okay, so let's give that a try with your partner. Somebody choose to be the scary monster. If you are, you got to keep the intention up of, I'm coming in. I'm coming in there. See, he withdrew, right? And if you withdraw, you'll see what happens with that if I maintain this idea. I'm coming in there. No, where are you going? Right? Now, do you feel how you got a bit of a shield there as you're trying to deflect the connection. Now this time, just stay with the shield for a second. Now I'm going to take off my mask. And who would you like to see at the door? Somebody you love, you haven't seen in a million years.
Anybody? I like somebody, kind of, but no.
Okay. Well, that person, when I take off my mask, see them and welcome them in. So off comes the mask, but that's a withdrawal, see?
Okay.
You understand?
So, yeah.
Let me show you how that feels. You got the spear?
Right. Yeah.
You see how if you're really attacking, you're going to nail me. Right? So feel the difference. Leon.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Different feeling, right? Okay, so give it a try with your partner. Someone be the scary monster.
Was that involving the spear?
I'll show you how that feels, okay? So give me spear energy. You want to come in, be the scary monster. So you don't want to come in too much, right? That's like knocking on the door opens and you're still standing there. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's the scary monster who wants to come in. Coming in.
Okay.
Not, maybe I'll come in if you open the door, maybe not.
Okay.
You understand? So we're going to have the spear energy the whole time. So off comes the mask. Now feel how you try to deflect that?
Yeah.
That's his brain defending you without you knowing it. But I want you to welcome me now. Realize I'm someone you want to have come in. So you're still deflecting. Do you feel it? Give me spirit energy. You want to come in. You're doing that. What that really does is it opens the door for that.
Okay.
Deflection here opens the door for this. But when you take off your mask, Jim, how are you? It's a different feeling, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, play around with that, just for right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dibs on Scary Monster.
And change partners, change partners. If you've been with the same person, change partners. Here, I'll do it with you. Okay. So, Scary Monster. Oh, comes the mask.
I'm still trying to
It's a withdrawal and deflect. So here's what I want you to do. Just envision. Oh, Corky, I invited him. There you go. Good. Hey, Jim, how are you, man?
Now, you have completely forgot all about this.
In a way. What I've done is I'm getting out of, this is my embodied intention that I'm not aware of doing this.
Yeah.
So that's the fear response. So I don't need to be afraid of you. What? That's crazy. Now that I know you're my friend, not the scary monster.
I've been working on when you touch me to go with your energy.
But that could be a withdrawal, right?
Well, if you well, I'll probably, okay. And
So here, just give me something now. Give me something I like. Yeah, you got better. That shifts the field. It's less easy to find this if you've got an uke who's doing this. So give me something. Some shielding, right?
yeah,
But if you've got a spear here and you give me something, go ahead and give me something. Welcome me. Say, hey, come on in. No, you're taking me away. So hey, come on in. There you go.
this is real. To me, it feels like almost the next level of what I've been looking at.
Could be. It was the next level for me, certainly. I'm still working on it, you know.
We all are,
Yeah.
you know.
So what I want to do is I want to say, hey, Jim, how are you, man?
Okay, but I trust you.
See, it's kind of hard to maintain your attack.
Yeah, yeah. And there's not much.
Well, there's nothing here. It's all you. You're creating this, and it's a field shift. When the field shifts, it's expansive. When there's beneficent intention, the field shifts into this expanding, inclusive field, rather than a pointed thing or a pointed thing. Right? You could do the same thing with spear energy. See, your body doesn't like that. But your body doesn't mind this feeling at all.
It doesn't know it's happening.
Yeah, well, on a brain level, your brain recognizes that as caring. It's a fundamental part of your brain, just like the defense response. That's why when we see somebody who's fallen in the street, we don't even know them, we go to help them.
Yeah.
You see these things about people who somebody falls into a river, they don't even know them, but they take a chance on sacrificing their own life to save them. That's that same part of the brain. It says help. So when you feel this and you feel this welcoming feeling, it's really hard for your brain to keep up an attack. Now we don't want to rely on that because the real attack comes through.
Further than this.
Yeah. So when you come in with your attack and this happens, I'm going to stay with you. I don't throw people who are not attacking anymore. So a lot of times people will do this and that'll be the end of it.
that's a throw.
Yeah.
You know, if, at any kind of speed, that's
Yeah,
big
but what I do with my ukemi is I keep it going anyway. So when you welcome me, we can start to see. So you're leaving me out. You're leaving me, there you go. So did you feel how I started going? Now I came back to my feet because you withdrew your energy. But I'll go to the floor if you keep doing that and I keep my spear up. Now you're pushing me over here. That's different. That'll stabilize me. Right? So we start to get a picture of how our reaction like that. Can I show you how that feels?
I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not going to go there. You're not going to go to the floor now, unless you're being a good uke for me. Right? I don't want you to go to the floor. I just want you to feel okay about stuff. Now see how this kind of landed right here? I'm not going to do anything with that, but that connection is a really important thing. Because it's right now in line with your other connector. If you try to attack with either side, the connection's there.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
And it's okay, because whatever you want to do is going to have to extend energy outside of your center.
Yeah.
I'll just move with it automatically because we're now unified. I'm not going to move anywhere, but together our energy is going to shift everything. And that's what happens when it unifies, like two water drops going boop, and suddenly they go together down the water, down the pane of glass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me see what's going on over here. Thanks.
I think everybody seems to have trouble with the same thing about you got the shield up and I'm here and I recognize
Well, this is the
you.
spear.
Right, the spear.
Okay.
You've got a spear into me and I got a shield up.
Right.
And then I recognize it's you and everybody's wanting to do,
Stuff.
they're wanting to do stuff. They're
Right.
wanting to get it out and relax or relax the arm instead of if I see you.
Yes. Good. Right. Now, what you did is a great idea, right? Now we want to modify that. We want to refine it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, can I show you how that felt?
Sure.
So you got the scary monster coming in.
Right.
I recognize it's you and I go, ah, Leon. Right? That's kind of overpowering, right?
Right.
So if I ever welcome my guests like that, it might be the last time they come over, right?
Might be.
So I want to welcome you in such a way that you have some choice here. Right?
Okay. You're taking me to the edge, right? Almost to the edge. Where
Yeah, well, what I want to do is I want to not overwhelm you. I just want to be part of your experience.
Okay.
Right? And that's the shift.
Maintains the grasp on your hand, though,
Yeah.
throughout this. I mean, he doesn't let go or...
Well, if he does, that's okay. In real life, if my attacker stops and has second thoughts about attacking, I'm more than happy with that result.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? See, I'm not after Aikido to throw people. I'm after it to resolve conflict. And, you know, my problem is that if this happens, you may not feel happy about that later. I mean, in Aikido practice,
I didn't feel as good as the other one you did.
yes. Yeah. And see, in Aikido practice, we tend to say, hey, nice, whoa, what a nice throw that was. But your real life uke doesn't think like that. Your real life uke feels himself thrashed onto the floor. So I want you to feel like, hey, I got your back, man. I got you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. You're going to be okay. You know? It's a whole different kind of experience. And the wonderful thing about this is it can start by eliminating the attack right away. It doesn't require the attack to continue. It does for practice. And so what I do is I keep my spear energy going no matter what happens, because what I want to do is I want to be able to find the places, and I want my partner to find the places in me where I shift out of that intention and want to throw. Because we also have a pounce instinct. You know, when we feel an advantage, got him. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, I have to say one of the hard parts for me on this one is not turning it into a technique.
right?
And especially being a judo guy, moving centers closer, the more I move centers closer, the more my leg wants to come out and do something. So
Right.
it's tough.
Right. So that's why the way I work is I want to maintain that positive, what I call a beneficent intention, the whole way through. And I'm using my partner to help me know whether at some point in here he feels this beneficent intention, and then right about here it might
Yeah,
be something
got
like
power.
that. You know, and if I'm doing that unconsciously, you can help me say, well, yeah, but you threw me at the end. And I did?
Yeah.
It's, you know, the way I can start finding the spots in myself. Because let's face it, none of us are perfect, right? So how far do we go in improving ourselves? We can only go to the point where we can see our flaws, right? If we don't see our flaws, we can't transcend them. We don't know what to work on. So our partner helps us find our flaws, the ones that we can't see. You know, there's a famous wise man who once said, how is it that we can see the mote of dust in our brother's eye, but not the beam in our own eye? And so I say, well, if that's a truth, which I believe it is, why not rely on our brother? Hey, can you help me see tell me where the mote of dust is in my eye? Well, you threw me on the floor. Here I am, you know, another fellow human being, and you just
We tried to get into a
tossed
fight
me
right there
down.
at the end. You could feel it.
Yes.
Because of the pressure on me, and everybody
Right.
went into a fight.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to do with my Aikido. So now the brain is wired when there's a perception of threat to go to that defense matrix. Okay? The brain is also wired when you feel love and engagement and giving or need to go to the beneficence matrix. We were talking before about this idea. You see somebody fall on the street. Don't we, got to help this person. We don't even know them, but we feel the need and we want to help, right? You see this all the time. People fall off bridges, and people who don't know them rush to there. They put themselves at risk to go help someone they don't even know. It's wired into our system. That's how we progress as a tribe, as a family, as a species, right? By helping each other. So what we're trying to do is trying to bridge the gap from the perception of fear, perception of threat, to the beneficence matrix. So it's not easy if I'm going to kill you, I'm going to blow your head off. But it's easier if I say, I'm so thirsty. Can I get a drink of water? I'm so thirsty.
Well, yeah.
Please. I'm sorry for grabbing your arm. I'm so desperate. I'm not like this normally. I'm just so thirsty.
Okay.
So feel how you're trying to get rid of me?
Yeah.
It's just like you said, the brain, doesn't matter what your cognitive is, down at the base it's saying, yeah, when you let go, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So can you give me spear?
Yeah.
Yeah, want water?
I want some water. Give me some water.
So are you getting that water?
Nope.
No, but here, look, I got some water for you. Would you like this water?
Yeah.
See, your attack is gone,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Right.
Okay, so we're going to give that a try. I like to play these games because need is easier to get to the beneficence part. It does the same thing to your system when I say, I'm going to kill you, versus I really got to get some water, I'm going to die.
Right.
Your system still is responding like you're being attacked.
Yeah, you have to switch. That switch is hard
Yeah.
to do that, to change like.
Yeah.
You don't
So here's what I want you to do. Don't want you to do any Aikido or any Judo or anything that you know already. Just stand here and think, I've been thirsty. Yes, there you go. Now, do you see how my intentions stay the same? Now, at some point, I knew I was going to the floor, but I maintained the spear energy. If you would have withdrawn, I would have stood right back up.
Right.
If you would have thrown me, I would have been able to tell you, you just threw me.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's why I come in here and I just say, I gotta have some water. Until I get the water.
have to change
Now, it's
that
not so
thought.
much, the idea isn't not so much that I want the water, because some people will do this,
Yeah.
you know?
Quit sucking my thumb.
Yeah, no, I want you. The idea with the attack is I'm imposing my connection on you.
Right.
I want you to give me water.
Yeah.
I want you to give me water.
So that I'm forcing you. Spirit.
Yes, you're throwing the water at me. So just,
And here
here's
I'm
what I
telling
want you to do. And here's the interesting shift for me. That's me wanting to give you water, but
Yeah. Right.
you know, trying to get rid of your hands first. When I shift to, of course you can have water.
Okay.
That's what I'm after.
Let me see.
Okay. Gotta have some water, man.
I can't take that switch.
Right. Well, what's happening is your brain is trying to find
Yeah.
a solution within itself. But your brain has been working to supply rationale to the limbic system.
Right.
It's been they work in concert.
So I have
So
to
your
let it
brain is running through all that stuff. What you really need to do is make the shift to, oh my gosh, you've got to be hungry to be doing this.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so hungry. Please, can I have a bowl of soup?
Yeah.
Okay, so first what I want you to do is imagine the bowl of soup.
Okay.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Don't you want to share that with me? I'm so hungry.
Hell no.
Yes. Good. As soon as that shift happened, did you notice what happened? Now I want you to verify I didn't change anything.
Right.
I didn't vary my attack. I didn't suddenly fall down for you, right?
No.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. So in my regular practice, we don't do any techniques. We do everything Juwaza. Once somebody comes out of the beginner program, they're given no mercy. I mean, we don't intensify the attacks, but all the attacks have the authentic intention. So otherwise, you could be a total beginner with this, but I'm not going to wait to see if you're doing the moves right. I'm just coming in here and saying, I need a glass of water.
Yeah.
So thirsty.
No?
Yeah. Did you feel how you were?
Do this, you don't get away
and,
from it.
And what I'm saying is you're leaving me out.
Yeah.
And if you think about Aikido as a unification process, you can't leave someone out if you're unifying with them.
Right.
So if you just think about how it is to be thirsty and somebody brings you water. So before you move anything else, I want you to stay here for a second. And have you ever been really, really thirsty?
Oh, yeah.
And then someone brings water, how do you feel? That's a withdrawal. You don't feel that way. You don't go, oh good, here comes the water. How do you feel? So get in that place. Here comes the water.
So you're actually, once you accept that.
Well, it depends. If I intensify the attack, your body will turn.
Yeah.
Okay? So in other words, as this is happening right now, there's not much of an attack flow coming.
Right.
If you intensify the attack flow, then my body would probably turn a little bit more.
Right.
Right? So that it's all, everything that arises for me that's,
Joining, I guess.
yes.
Joining with them.
Yes.
And that's when the move.
That's when the movement happens. You'll notice that when I join with you, it isn't me doing something.
Right.
All of a sudden, we're moving together.
Right.
I'm not moving ahead of them. I'm not moving behind you.
Yeah.
Suddenly, everything's moving.
Right.
So you want to give that a try with a glass of water? I'd like to start Katate Tori with a glass of water, change partners.
Change partners?
Oh, okay.
Want to try?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm so thirsty.
You're thirsty?
Yeah,
That's horrible.
yeah. Can you give me a glass of water?
You need a glass of water?
I'm so sorry to be, imposing on you. I'm just so thirsty and I can't let you go.
Right.
So where are you now?
Well, I'm pushing you. I'm pushing
Well,
the
you got a
water in.
shield here, right?
I've got a shield.
Yeah, so don't worry
So
about
I have
that.
to put my shield down?
Well, here's what I want you to do is don't worry about that. I want you to come from a proactive place and go, oh man, I know what it's
Oh,
like.
you need some water.
Yeah, but see how you're trying to push me down with your hand?
Well, I was trying to turn to you, give you a hug.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Well, here's the way it feels.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here.
Okay. Yeah.
That's an exaggeration, but
All right.
same idea, right? Can I show you what I would like to feel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, of course. Let me give you some water.
Okay.
See how we're moving together? Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Man, I'm so thirsty. Can you give me that water?
You want some water?
Give it to me.
You want water?
Yeah, want me to have this.
I want you to have this?
Yeah, want me to have what you have. Let me
Okay,
have that
here.
water.
We'll take it.
Okay, thanks. Well, taking it is not the same thing as giving it. Offering it, saying go ahead and take it is not the same thing as
As giving it.
Here, have this.
Oh, here.
That's the idea. Right? Okay, now from what I would say, that's the right idea with the right flow in the right direction.
Well, once you said give, it went, okay.
Yes,
That's where it
okay.
went.
Now, feel this way of giving. Yeah, here, have some water.
Okay.
Okay, which is what I got,
Yeah.
right? Versus, hey, yeah, of course you can have some water.
Okay.
A little different, right? Feels a little different. So can I get some of that water? I'm so thirsty.
Need to get. I'm going to give you some more.
Yeah, but now all your
But I'm
energy's-
pushing it.
Yes. So just want me to have it. Your body does all this stuff automatically. It's a withdrawal.
Yeah.
So thirsty. Could I get some water? So you're trying to make something happen. right?
Well, I'm thinking. I'm trying to give you, and I'm trying to take my mind off that. That's really tough.
Right. Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yes. Because it's like an alarm bell going off.
No, sure
right?
it is.
So I want you to shift to like, if the alarm was going off, you don't want to freak out because of the alarm. You want to find the fire and put it out.
You want to
right?
run to where the problem is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm
yeah,
gonna run to the
okay. Good.
Run to the problem.
Yeah. Now again, though, that kind of felt like this.
Did it? There was some of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's okay, but there's a refinement.
Yeah.
There's a refinement that we want to take a look at. That's the next step.
Okay.
Is the refinement. So just really like, want me to have the water? So yeah, I got some water for you, poor guy. You dumb SOB, there's water all over the
And it kind of went there, and then it retreated.
Well, but the thing is, it's going there in this spear
Oh, in
kind
that?
of way,
Okay.
right? That's why it's not feeling right. See, we'll start to move together. It won't be you moving me. We'll start shifting together when you want me to. There you go. Good. That's a lot better. The refinement on that is that time you gave me this, and there's this little bit of shifting going on here like this, right?
Yeah.
It's just on the edge. What we want to do is open the field up.
Okay.
So it's bigger and better. Big field of help. Big field of how may I help you?
I'm trying to hug you.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to hug you.
Yeah, you got to put the shield down first. Already I'm starting to move. You see? Oh, but that's where it creeped in, you see?
Yeah.
It was going really nicely, and then that other thing jumped in.
Hey, I could do a technique here.
There you go. That's what happens. There's a withdrawal. So you're finding the energy flow, and it's moving, and then you're trying to do your technique, which makes you withdraw, right? Instead of finding the energy flow and continuing to give you the water the way you want it.
Okay.
Okay? Oh, I'm so thirsty. It's a withdrawal.
That's a withdrawal?
Yep. I'll show you how it feels. There's a shield, and then there was this.
Yeah. That's a withdrawal.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So keep
so
keep the
thirsty.
shield, but eventually the shield has to go down.
Okay,
doesn't
let me talk about that for a second.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so this is, yes. You had a question?
Because like what we do, like if you come out to grab me and I do this, I'm yielding and then I'm giving you spear back.
Right.
We do our techniques with yield,
Yes.
that or spear. That's what we
Right.
do it with. Even though maybe if we get you off balance, then I can use this to do it.
Right.
And you're changing that in your mind somehow. That switch, I can't get that switch down.
Right.
To make that, to figure out what that trigger is to do that.
Right.
The acceptance.
Well, I don't know that I can figure it out myself, or that we have time to figure it out. And I think that's part of the problem, is that our brain always wants to figure things out. It also wants to map stuff so it can take care of us later without us thinking about it. But I would rather be in the moment each time than having my brain do it, right? So anyway, we're talking about, what were we talking about?
We're talking about, we have the
Okay.
shield and we have to give up the shield to get to.
Right. So I liken that to this idea. And this is another exercise you can try. It works for a lot of people. Some people, you'll know whether it works for you or not. But if I put up a shield here, and I imagine the shield is now ice, a thin layer of hard ice, right? And then I melt the ice. I think of the ice melting. If it's over a well, you see, it's a withdrawal.
Right.
And the energy like water would flow down the well. But if the ice cap is over a spring and it melts, then the flow is outward. So it's another visualization that you can do to help create the flow necessary for your body to learn this. Your body learns in a lot of different ways, and by embodying these ideas, your body learns how to do that without all the processing that we're doing now. Little by little, we rewrite, we create a new circuitry in our brain. Right? So again, so you grab me, I'm going to consciously envision this as ice. And then I want to feel the spring behind the ice, and that's what's melting it. Melting the ice. Want to give that a try? See if that addresses some of that feeling of, I don't know what else to do. Just be conscious of it first. Make it a conscious choice then to feel the shield. Feel the flow behind it. I want you to feel like, man, I'd really like to help you if this ice wasn't in the way. And as that, let that thought melt the ice and come out to your partner. Give it a try. Thanks. Want to try?
Okay.
Okay.
So now I'm feeling this.
So right now you're in a bit of a withdrawal.
Right.
So can you just, in your mind, or even just say to me, get back.
Get back.
But mean it. Let it come out through here.
Get back.
Okay, good. Now imagine this is ice. Okay? Now, can you imagine what a spring feels like in the earth, the water trying to come out of it, rising up? But see, that moved over here. It didn't come out to me. It kind of spilled over the side. I want you to send that spring out toward me. Yeah, but now you're moving the ice cap.
So then this is the shield.
Yes.
Okay, and there's the ice.
Right.
Now, do I not have to put
Let me show you may I show you how
sure.
that feels to me? Okay, so here's the ice, right? You can feel that.
Okay.
And then here's this feeling of the spring behind it.
Okay.
But what you're doing now is you're keeping it and you're moving this. It is still solid here. That's an ice cap that's slipping away, but it's not melting.
Okay.
Okay, what we want to do is melt the ice.
You see, isn't that still going over there?
No, it's going to you. Your energy's bringing it over there. Let me show you what a withdrawal feels like, okay? Here's a withdrawal.
Okay.
So you're going to nail me.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's the way it feels if the ice comes out chunky.
Okay.
So you're going to defend yourself. You're going to change your attack, right? Here's a, well, that's kind of a spear. I don't know what a shield, if it stays a shield, it's just hard ice going everywhere, right? But if it melts, see, there's a flow there. Well, it's not the movement here. Let's do it from here.
Okay.
I just want to put up an ice thing here, right? Now, give me some spear energy coming in. So if the ice melts, that's what happens if it's a well, right? If it's a spring, as it melts, it flows outward.
Okay. So now you're giving me energy, and so now it's just got to be a spring.
Oh, but wait a minute now. That's a well. See,
That's
it came
a well.
right in.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and make a shield and say, don't come in here.
Don't come in here.
Okay, now feel it as ice.
Okay.
Okay, now feel the spring behind it. All right, but feel how it's still chunky here? Let this melt and expand out to me. Expand out to me.
I'm not sure I follow. So,
Okay, well, like the welcoming thing we did before? I'm sorry, what was your name?
Roger.
Roger, okay. Hey, Roger, how are you doing, man?
Okay.
Feel how that is?
Yeah. Okay. So
If I'm here and you're trying to come in the house, I don't know who you are, 'cause you have that scary mask on. Hey, don't come in here. Hey, get away from here.
Yeah.
Don't come in here.
Okay.
Right? And I said, Roger. No, don't change it up. Just keep it. That's being a good UK. Don't be a good UK for me.
Okay.
Just keep wanting to come in.
Okay.
Right? So that if I say, hey, Roger, how are you, man? Right? Versus this, get off my porch. Right? Or don't come in here. Don't think you're getting in here. Roger, Dude, man, how are you? Good to see you.
Okay. So now we're not good friends yet because you've got your scary mask on, and so you've taken that off.
Yeah, take it off. But that's kind of like, that feels like this. Want to come in? See, you're going to nail me.
Yeah.
Because I'm withdrawing. Right?
So
this time I want you to reach out and bring me in like I'm a long-lost relative you haven't seen in years.
okay.
So, oh my God, come on in. Where have you been?
All right. So
How's that going? But see, that's opening the door. Yeah, come in.
see, this is completely different than anything I have experienced in all the time I've been in Aikido. It's always been, if you come in here, oh, well, please don't hurt me. I'm just a poor little girl.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I'm looking to...
So I'm trying. So now with Lucy here, I mean, I'm pressing against you, putting energy into it that I'm not used to doing. So now I know I can't outmuscle you, but now, oh, you're my friend.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
Okay, I just have to
Nice.
not think about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, you get into the cognitive process and you get out of connection.
Oh, do that again.
All right.
So, oh, you're my
And that's the brain kind of trying to grab it for itself.
Okay. So
just want to be in that like,
no, you can't come in. No, you're my friend.
oh, but see, feel all that stuff?
So,
Every time you do it correctly, though, you do a little rewiring in the brain.
so,
So slow it down. Don't try to get it right away.
all right. So,
Just go from shield.
yeah.
So like, welcome.
Oh.
Yes, better. Now see where you stopped?
Well,
That's why I didn't
stopped
go to
at-
the floor that time.
Right, because I didn't.
Yeah, but
wasn't
here's-
going to take you to the floor.
Well, that's okay. I can go to the floor. 'Cause I
Okay.
know how. So I want to say, hey man, Roger, how are you? Good to see you. See, I'm still welcoming you.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Let me,
Okay.
let's do it one more time. Just
Right.
so it's you can't come in. Oh, it's my friend.
No, that's your intellectual, that's your cognitive stuff. I want you to really feel it. So, did you see somebody before that you hadn't seen in a while? You'd made that shift somehow.
Yeah.
So how was that shift?
I just didn't think about it. I just
Okay.
kind of let it happen.
That's it. That's it.
I just didn't think about it. Just
Right.
let it happen.
Yes.
So
Yes. Good. Hey, so I want to show you something real interesting, if you don't mind. Thank you. Thanks very much. It's kind of interesting that we've been playing around with. I went to Europe for a couple of months and had some fun over there. And Leon, can I have you for a second? So we like to put our partners into some compromising positions. And now I'm really thirsty. Can I get that water? So Jim, can I ask you to come over here and join us for a second? I want you to put your hand, make a cup with your hand. Okay, put it in his hand. Now don't go against anything, and don't pull it away from Leon, but give me the water now. I want some water. You're going to go with him. Don't help him or don't go against him.
I'm going to give you the water?
You're going to give me the water.
Oh.
Even though I want it from you. Uh-oh, now that's not giving it to me. That took it over there.
No, I tried, but it didn't go where I wanted it to go.
Oh, okay.
I might have had some involvement.
But here's the thing. Remember, you want to give it to me. So don't let it go somewhere, because then I won't get it.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense? Okay.
It makes sense now whether...
But that you can't go that way. Yeah. Okay, now, was that hard for you?
No.
Did I change anything about what I was doing?
No.
Was it easy for you?
Relatively, if I knew what I did.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, your limbic system's charged, so you can't do it. Yours is not, because I don't have a hold of you. Or when you gave yourself over to him, you weren't hung up on what I was doing either. See, our brains keep us out of Aiki. You know, the defense response keeps us out of it. Here, well, let's try it over here. Do you mind?
Oh.
Okay, can I get some of that water, please, Jim? Jim, water, please. I'm still thirsty over here. Okay, Leon, you want to put the water in his hand? Don't go against, no, you're going to make a cup.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now don't do anything against either one of us.
Okay.
Move it where you can move it. I just need some water. Okay, you went ahead of him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, stay with him.
Okay.
Don't move ahead of where he can go. Easy? I don't need him. Here, let him try by himself.
Okay.
Okay, now here's what I want you to do next. I want you to envision Leon's hand in there. Hold his hand. Where's the water going? No, hold his hand. That was your elbow. Follow his hand where it was. That's your elbow. Okay, that's better. But now you're pulling it back again. You're not giving it to me. Now, what I'm trying to get to is that what happens in these kind of situations is our brain gets trapped where we're grabbed, right? So you can grab a little harder. And so I tend to kind of want to fight against this. Like when I said, give me the water, it's coming out of the elbow or the wrist, right?
Okay.
But if I can feel it here in my hand, it gets my energy flowing past these points. And that's why this works, because as you put the thing in my hand and I follow this,
You feel it.
I'm not attached to this anymore. My brain's going, well, that doesn't matter anymore. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay? So
Right, okay.
what I want you to do is feel it in your hand. Feel it in your hand and bring it to me. Yes, that's it. Now you stopped, right? If you keep giving it to me, I'll go to the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stay with the spear energy so we can find out things like that, like when you stopped giving it to me. That's a withdrawal. See how that brought me in to continue my attack?
Scratch your nose.
Well, what we want to do is we want to give me outward, not go inward. So if he goes to scratch his nose, I can be right on his nose with him, scratching it for him. Right? What I want you to do is hand that water to me. There you go. Nice.
Kind of like on one of your videos where say, there's the door. When I touch you, where's the door at? It's over there.
Yeah, that natural
So that's
reaction.
it's a natural reaction. Like,
Yes.
Once it released, it followed the circles.
Right. And that's what I discovered. That when I can change my intention, interesting things started happening. Aiki started manifesting in ways that I knew of as Aikido, but without me thinking of anything. And I started working with people who'd never done Aikido before, and within a couple of hours, they'd never seen a technique before, ever. And they're doing lots of them, simply by offering me water. It's bizarre. When you get somebody who's totally can overpower them. I have a couple of videos up now of these women I was working with. They never had seen Aikido before, and I'm giving them stuff like this. I need some water. And you can see them struggling the same way until they actually offer me the water. Please, I just want some water. I'm so sorry for doing this imposition, but I'm so thirsty. Please, just a little water. Can you imagine being really, really thirsty? You ever been really, really thirsty? I mean, how does it feel when someone gives you water? It feels like that.
Take and relax, and then the point of it.
Do you think I'm not trying to relax?
I'm sure, and we know you can.
Well, it's not a matter, I would say it's not a matter of relaxation, it's a matter of release of tension for sure. But let that happen as a product of you wanting to help me. Just want to give me some water, man. Please, can I get some water? Yes. There you go. So I don't call that relaxation. Because relaxation, I usually... taking tension away.
Well, that's the same
Yeah,
thing as
okay,
sounds.
yeah. Now, what you want to refine on that was how automatically that came out like a spear, right? There's a nice, well, here, have the water and go. But it kind of feels abrupt and, you know, I want you to feel that you're actually getting something that you like. Not only are you getting water, but you're getting the best water you've ever had. You know the feeling? You feel it? Water with a twist, right?
There you go.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we were doing a better job in pairs with Jim and I when we were talking to each other and having a conversation. And does that take away from the consciousness of being able to understand what's going on?
Well, I think yes and no. It depends on how you're talking. A lot of people will say things like, okay, yeah, I'll have some water for you. Okay, then, well, here, take this water. Or, here's the water. And that way, it's not helping. Because I'm trying to fix the problem from my brain's point of view. What I want to do is I want to go past the cognitive to the feeling part. Where I say, oh man, I know what it's like to be so thirsty. It's just, empathy is an expansive, inclusive field.
Hard to be empathetic and be under a lot of stress.
It's true. It's true. However, that's why we train, right? It's hard to remember all these things.
Adrenaline control.
Yeah. And other things, yeah. But the adrenaline's coming out as
Adrenaline's a huge one, though.
Yeah.
You control your adrenaline so you can control your body.
Right.
Well, we were saying nonsense things.
Yeah.
Mary had a little lamb, but what if Mary had a goat? You know, stuff like that. But does that is that the same as ignoring the issue at hand, or I don't know?
Well, I would say if you're feeling good results from that, then there's something in there that in that expression is opening the field. See, I use beneficent intention because it's a natural field expander, right? It naturally creates an expansive field. But if you talk to your kids that way, it's going to do the same thing. Like I was working with this guy in Wales, and I said, well, what if Fred wanted water, his son? And he goes, oh, well, I'll just give him water. And then, boom, I'm on the floor, you know, just like that. You know, it was just that shift right there of Fred. As soon as he envisioned his kid, his field shifted. And we were unified, and boom, down I went. The reason I'm going down is because spear energy is energy coming out of my center to get into yours. If I do this, just peel your hand and go away. That's not an attack. That's me going, I'm freaking out right now. I'm freaking out. But it doesn't have anything to do with you. But if I'm freaking out because of you, then that's something different. Now you can't pull your hand out so easily, right? And if you do, the next one's coming in, right? However, what's your favorite place in the world to be? The place where but hang on. Okay. That feeling when you get here and you go, oh, I'm in the dojo. What's that feel like? No, it doesn't feel like that. Does it? Let me give you an idea. It doesn't feel like that, right? Doesn't it feel more like, we're here? It feels kind of more like that, right? So how does it feel when you walk in here and you're back at Aikido practice? No, you're not that tense, right? Yeah. Send it out. Yes, there you go. Good. So again, I would say that's the idea, but there's refinement. So instead of it being, oh yeah, I feel this way, it's more like, oh yeah, I feel this way. Right? We want to be able to get this, like you said, we want to be able to get that thing down. So as soon as there's tension in the room, we're like, oh, did you want some water? Because I got water for you. You know, did you want some water?
I want some water.
Yeah, did you want some water?
I did.
Did you want some water?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay, well, there's some over here. It's offering. Offering is an expansive field. So we get past all that, I want to offer, I'm going to offer. If I offer, will you let go? All of that stuff is the cranking of the brain, the intellectual looping of the brain trying to figure things out. Our brains are great at figuring things out, right? But we don't have time when something's coming at our head. So our body goes, I know what to do. I'm going to defend myself, run away, fight back, or shield. Instantly, these things happen. So we want to make it instant that as soon as I feel that there's a problem, we're together on this. Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good to see you. Hi, how are you? Nice. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you. Right? That field, when it expands, it's hard for people to attack into. What we do it in Aikido, that's why we learn how to do the spear thing, so that I can keep the spear up the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you didn't, you can
Well, if I don't,
you're
then
readjusting, and you're
yeah. Go ahead and do any technique you want.
well.
Go ahead, pick one.
You know, sorry.
Pick one without a Temi.
Okay. So here, I'll do that. I probably just.
Okay, sorry. So then I'm not responding to the push on my shoulder. I'm here for you to practice your technique.
Okay. So.
Right.
So you're going along with it.
I'm going along with
Right,
you
right,
so you can practice the movement.
Right.
There's no problem with that in learning the movement, but the problem is we create a culture then in which when I grab you, I'm ready to start moving to the floor with you when you're doing it right.
Right.
Okay, but if I have this other intention, and it doesn't have to be much, it just has to be, I'm sorry, I can't just go to the floor for you, I'm so thirsty.
There's a river.
Okay. I guess.
See how you're still trying to push me away?
Yeah.
Just give me water. Want me to have water. Just want me to have it like a little paper cup. There you go. See, when it happens, the fight's gone. There's no fight anymore.
I had to put my thought to my hand.
Yes, okay.
Down there. That's how I did it that time.
Yeah.
And
well, I want to change the language a little bit because otherwise you'd be trying to get your thinking to do stuff for you. That's how it manifested. But really what happened was you wanted to give me water. Whatever it was, you wanted to do something that was beneficial to me. That's why I say this is beneficent intention does this other weird thing. You know, you can do Aiki without. Yes.
I mean, I'm curious. Is what I am. There's power, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Yeah. See, I mean, you talk about the switch or the disconnect or whatever the hell. Yeah.
Oh, please, I'm just so thirsty. Can I get some water?
No.
Oh, please.
Oh, that's good there. I like that. Where you relax into me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, just because you're the only one that can help me. But please don't push me away. I'm relying on you. Oh, please. I just need some water. I'm going to die without your help.
That's interesting. But just relaxing, don't do it.
No.
No, because I didn't get my water.
Yeah, there's a disconnect that you're talking about.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you some water.
Okay, thank you.
That didn't work. No, you didn't get the water.
No. So, but think about your water being in your hand. Oh, can you help, please? Can you put a glass of water?
In my hand?
No, in this hand over here.
Oh, okay.
No, here, you're going to make a cup. Okay, make a cup.
Just pantomime the cup.
Put it in there.
There you go.
And then you're going to give me the water.
Okay.
Can I get some water, please?
Give him the water.
You have to go with her.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think he wants you to have
No,
water.
but see, you're pushing against my hand with her. You have to let her do it. Go with her.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm trying to follow her and
But
I can't.
you can't go against anything either. You got to go where you can. Now, don't keep doing things for her.
Okay.
Do you understand? You have to grab the cup that she's going to give. Be with the cup she's going to give to me.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
But you're going against things, right?
Yeah.
So where can the cup go that's not against anything?
Straight down.
Well, you can see you're not going with her. Do you understand what I mean?
No.
Okay, here, lock me up. Okay, hold strong.
Yeah.
So I can't do anything.
Right.
Okay, now go ahead and put the water cup in there. You're trying to help her. Okay, I'm going to go with the cup. Go ahead, give him the water.
There it is.
No, give him the water this time.
That's all right. Just go towards me. There you go.
Yeah. No, you got to hold strong. So
now you're tractioning in behind her.
No, I'm just traveling the path of your energy. Except you gave up your energy.
Okay.
So keep the EQ, half EQ on me.
Okay.
Keep control. Keep control. Control me. Okay, can you give him the water, please? We'll give it to him. Okay, but see, the attack is gone.
Yeah.
So in other words,
more in a equilibrium.
Yeah, but there's no attack here. We can stand here like this all day.
Okay.
This is no problem.
Okay.
Right? There's no imposition on the central core.
I don't feel what's going on.
Okay, that's okay. Well, let me give you an example. See, if I do this to you, that's imposing on your central core.
Okay. Right.
If I just do this,
that's kind of equilibrium, neutral.
Yeah, but it's not an attack.
Right.
Right? It's not an imposition.
Understand.
That's me going, I'm freaking out right now.
Right.
This is, I'm freaking out because of you.
Okay.
That's different, right?
Okay.
So if I've got this going into your center, that's Aikidoable. This, you can drag me around, but I'll be an anchor.
You're right. I understand.
Okay.
I understand that. Yeah.
So now you're pushing your elbow against my arm.
Yeah.
Now can you now don't fight me, but go with her.
Okay.
And can you give me the water? Don't run up against anything. Like right now but don't go against his arm either. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Just
I don't understand how not to go against his arm.
Okay, does anybody get what I'm talking about? You want to try it, Leon? Sorry. I hope he can help you with it later.
Oh, okay.
And you can work on this. So, got your central core. I need some water.
See, I can't do it there.
No, when you do the water, and then I'm moving, and you're
See, you're still trying to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I want to give him the water, then I just move.
Okay.
And move it.
I'm starting to understand it.
Yeah. Now, do you see how I'm still maintaining my energy the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't change anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, can we do it one more time? Like, there can be a tendency that when he starts to move, and this all starts to go,
Start to move. Okay.
for me to do this. See, I'm not attacking anymore.
So
Now I'm kind of trying to stop the Aikido, but it's not the same thing as asking for water. Now I'm saying I don't want the water.
okay.
But if I want the water, here. Thank you. Thanks. Okay.
Thank you. Coach K? Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much.